Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Jibreel, aka the Algo Slayer. I'm here to show you one of my favorite reversal structures, patterns that is repeatable and helps me identify when the momentum is running out and when the market is likely to go in the other direction a strong way. Also, a lot of traders will see this and think this is a breakout, but I see a reversal here. And the reason I see this reversal is because of what I call the pendulum swing. And this is what I need to see for me to establish that. First, I want to see a long downtrend, okay? Then I want to see some MACD divergence on any MACD. I'm using the 1226 here. This is the 3-6. And I'm also using two time frames. I'm using the 1 minute and the 5 minute. I would like to see the MACD divergence on the longer time frame, the 5 minute one. However, it also works if you see it on the 1 minute. It's just a less likelihood. Now, the main thing I want to see is 4 pivot points. I want to see pivot 1, high pivot, pivot 2, low pivot, pivot 3, high pivot, and pivot 4, low pivot. Okay. Now, when I see the 4th pivot, this is not an entry. This is just what is called a liquidity sweep. This is where momentum is exhausted and now the market is ready to move up, but it needs to capture more shorts that are going to be on the wrong side now to fuel the rally that's going to come after that. So what I will do is I will wait for the 4th pivot to form. I will draw my wedge. I want to see it contracting. You see how like it's not going like this, right? It's these lines eventually will meet up somewhere. So that's a contracting wedge. I want to see a contracting wedge. And then what I'll use is a strategy which helps me not jump the gun too much. And that is I will use the higher high of the short time intervals bars. So I want to see a bar actually make a higher high. So let's say I determine here that we have a wedge forming, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to get in at the next higher high of a 1 minute bar. So let's say this will be my entry. I will actually just type here, long here, okay? And as the next bar does not make a higher high, so then I say long here. Then the next one doesn't make it either, I say long here. Then the next one doesn't make it either, so I say long here. And now this is where my entry will be, right here on this bar. And then I will make my stop down here. I'm in, we don't hit the stop, and then we're off to the races. And this is, by the way, my cheat entry. The actual true entry is when you actually break out of the wedge, because that is when the steamroller is ready to go, okay? So we pop out of this, we pull back into the upside, the top part of the wedge as a retest, and then we're off to the races for the rest of the morning, okay? So there's 4 ingredients to this. 1, we need to see a strong downtrend beforehand. Okay, we don't want to start doing it up here. We want to see a strong downtrend. 2, we want to see a MACD divergence of some sort. 3, we want to see the 4-point wedge. And 4, we want to see this liquidity sweep happen, right?